Deepest dive on record. Ever wondered what it feels like to plunge deeper than most submarines, where the pressure could crush a car? In 2014, Egyptian free diver Ahmed Gamal set a mind-bending record by diving to 105 meters in the Red Sea without any tanks or ropes, just his breath and sheer guts. Imagine holding your breath for over 4 minutes while the ocean squeezes you like a vice. Gamal trained for years, pushing his body to adapt to blackouts and nitrogen narcosis, that woozy state where hallucinations kick in. He faced the risk of lungs collapsing or blood vessels bursting, but he powered through, emerging as a legend. Fun fact, the human body isn't built for that depth. Gamal's eardrums nearly exploded, yet he described it as an addictive rush, like kissing the abyss. Would you risk your life for a few seconds of glory? Longest underwater breath hold. Can you hold your breath longer than a whale does on a casual dive? In 2021, Spanish freediver Alex Segura smashed records by staying submerged for a staggering 24 minutes and 3 seconds in a pool, no oxygen tanks in sight. Picture this, floating in eerie silence, your heart slowing to a crawl, as every cell in your body screams for air. Segura prepared with intense breathwork and meditation, turning his body into a living submarine. But it's not just about endurance. One wrong move could lead to blackout or brain damage from oxygen deprivation. Fun fact, during his attempt, his pulse dropped to around 30 beats per minute, slower than a sloth's nap, proving humans can tap into primal survival modes. It's like playing a high-stakes game of chicken with the ocean thrilling, but one slip, and you're done. Ever tried holding your breath in the shower and panicked after 30 seconds? Craziest underwater discoveries. What if you stumbled upon a lost city or ancient treasure while casually splashing around? In 1974, explorer Jacques Cousteau dove into the Mediterranean and uncovered the ruins of the ancient city of Baiae, a Roman hotspot buried under 50 feet of water for centuries. Imagine swimming through crumbling columns and mosaics, where emperors once partied, now home to curious octopuses. Cousteau's team found statues, villas, and even preserved frescoes, turning a routine dive into an Indiana Jones adventure. But it's not all glamorous. They battled poor visibility and strong currents, risking entanglement in debris. Fun fact, some artifacts dated back to 100 BC, revealing wild tales of Roman excess, like secret tunnels for illicit affairs. Talk about underwater soap operas. Relatable example. It's like finding your great-grandpa's hidden stash in the attic, but with sharks circling. Would you trade safety for the thrill of unearthing history? Most dangerous shark encounters. Ever fantasized about swimming with sharks, only to realize they're the ones calling the shots? In 2003, Australian filmmaker Rodney Fox survived what experts call the most intense great white attack ever, during a spearfishing competition off the coast of South Australia. He was dragged underwater for over a minute, the shark's jaws clamping down like a steel trap, puncturing his wetsuit and leaving him with 250 stitches. Fox fought back by jabbing the shark's eye and gills, eventually escaping in a bloody haze. His story inspired Jaws, but in real life it was pure terror mixed with adrenaline. Fun fact, great whites can detect a drop of blood from miles away, so Fox's injuries probably drew more predators. Lucky he made it to the surface. Humor alert. Imagine the shark spitting him out and thinking, tough customer, not worth the calories. It's a wake-up call for thrill seekers. Next time you're snorkeling, maybe skip the chum. Could you keep your cool facing those razor-sharp teeth? Epic underwater treasure hunts. Imagine diving into shipwrecks loaded with gold, but facing riptides and rival hunters. Sounds like a pirate movie, right? In 1985, American explorer Mel Fisher finally located the wreck of the Spanish galleon Nuestra Señora de Atocha, lost in 1622 off Florida's coast, yielding over $450 million in silver, gold, and emeralds. Fisher's team endured years of fruitless searches, battling storms and skepticism, before hitting the jackpot. They pulled up emerald-studded crosses and coins worth fortunes, but not without risks like decompression sickness that sidelined divers for weeks. Fun fact, one emerald was so massive it could buy a small island, and it's now in a museum, reminding us of seafaring greed and glory. Relatable twist, it's like winning the lottery after digging in your backyard for years, except your backyard is a graveyard of ships. The thrill? Outsmarting the ocean's secrets. but always with a dash of danger. Would you spend decades chasing underwater riches? Record-breaking submarine escapes. What if you were trapped in a sinking sub and had to escape with just your wits? In 1939, during a training exercise, British sailor William Bill King survived an unthinkable ordeal when his submarine flooded at 100 feet, forcing him to swim to the surface in near darkness. He battled the bends those painful gas bubbles in your blood and made it out alive, thanks to a prototype escape suit. King's escape inspired modern sub-safety protocols, but it was a dicey gamble. Fun fact, at that depth, the pressure is like being hit by a car, yet King emerged with only minor injuries, proving human resilience. Humor check. It's like popping out of a faulty elevator, but underwater and without coffee. This feat paved the way for deeper dives, but it's a stark reminder that one wrong bubble could end it all. Ever felt that panic in a crowded pool? Unbelievable underwater stunts. Ready for flips and tricks in the deep blue? In 2018, French freediver Guillaume Néry pulled off a death-defying base jump into the Dean's Blue Hole in the Bahamas, diving from a platform at 100 feet and free-falling through water like a human torpedo. He combined skydiving with freediving, holding his breath mid-descent while dodging jagged rocks. Néry's stunt went viral, blending extreme sports with ocean exploration. But let's not gloss over the risks. Misjudge the entry, and you're looking at broken bones or worse. Fun fact, the Blue Hole is over 600 feet deep, home to mysterious creatures like the elusive giant squid. Néry might have shared the space with one. Relatable fun. It's like cliff jumping into a lake, but amplified to nightmare levels. Would you leap into the unknown for a few seconds of fame? Mind-blowing marine biology finds. Ever dive and discover something that rewrites science books? In 1977, during the famous Alvin submersible expedition, scientists stumbled upon hydrothermal vents in the Pacific Ocean, teeming with bizarre life forms like giant tube worms and heat-loving bacteria. These vents spew water at 750 degrees Fahrenheit, yet ecosystems thrive without sunlight, challenging everything we knew about life. The team, led by oceanographer Robert Ballard, braved freezing temperatures and technical glitches to document this alien world. Fun fact, those tube worms can live over 250 years, growing as long as a school bus, and they survive on chemosynthesis, nature's way of saying, who needs the sun? It's like finding a hidden city on Mars, but right here on Earth. Relatable example, imagine exploring your basement and finding glowing creatures mind-bending. Could this inspire your next adventure? Alright, folks, if this underwater madness has you hooked and ready for more thrills, hit that like button, drop a comment with your craziest dive story, subscribe for epic tales, and share this with your adventure buddies. Who knows, your next dive might make the list.